Once an individual has been found guilty and sentenced to prison, many people assume that he or she has or should have no rights. Until the 1960s, this was true to some extent. Before the 1960s, federal and state courts refused to hear prisoners' rights cases or decided those cases in such a way that made it clear that prisoners had few, if any, of the rights of free people. This era was called the hands-off era, meaning that courts rarely became involved in prisoners' rights cases. Consider the early example of Ruffin versus Commonwealth in 1871. In this case, the Virginia Supreme Court stated that the inmate was actually a slave of the state, with only those rights given to him by the state. Later, in 1974, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Wolf versus McDonald that prisoners have not lost all of their constitutional rights. Even though inmates were originally seen as slaves of the state, there were some early court decisions that condemned inhumane treatment, but there were no effective procedures to secure prisoners' rights. During the activist era, also known as the Warren Court era, which was 1953 to 1969, a number of opinions expanded the civil rights of several groups, including prisoners.